Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure for Susie and myself to welcome you to our 2022 Kita Hey Living Museum. We have always loved this project, and we wish that we could host you in the Teichman Gallery at the JCC. Since that's not possible at this time, our exhibit this year will be digital. This will enable even more visitors to attend. It will also enable anyone who wishes to view it over and over again. Our Hay students have been very serious and diligent in choosing and learning about their artifacts. The stories behind them are fascinating. Susie and I are so proud of all of them. We hope that you will continue sharing family stories and memories with each other, while at the same time creating your own family stories and memories. I'm delighted to present our 2022 Hay Living Museum digital version. Enjoy.
Hi, my name is Corbin. My artifact is my family's apple cake recipe. The recipe is from my great-grandmother Marion, who was my mom's grandma. Right now, I'm the fourth generation to make the apple cake. It is important to my Jewish heritage because we make it for Rosh Hashanah, and sometimes other times of the year because it's so tasty. It is so important to me because in my family it is a Rosh Hashanah tradition to make and eat the apple cake. Without it, it wouldn't really feel like Rosh Hashanah. In the recipe, there is 1/2 cup oil, 1 1/3 cup sugar, 3 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 2 cups flour, a 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1/8 of a cup lemon juice, 1/4 of a cup orange juice, 1/3 of a cup sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon cinnamon, 3 or 4 apples. You have to wait while it bakes for about an hour, and then you'll get this potato bone.
Hi, I'm Charlie, and today I'll be talking to you about my great-grandmother Molly's relish plate. It came from France in the late 19th century, and it came into our family in the 1950s. It was used at many Jewish holidays like Rosh Hashanah and Passover, and it was a relish plate.
How do you hope to involve it in your family?
And when I'm older and when we have opportunities when I'm younger, I hope that we can use it as a relish plate for everyone to use.
Hi, my name is Carter. My artifact is a 3-foot menorah that my grandpa Zaza made in Winnipeg, in Canada. And it's about 20 years old. He built it 20 years old. It's important to my mom. She puts it in our front window every year. And every year, and turns on a light each night. It reminds her of her family, which is a bright spot in her heart during Hanukkah, which is my favorite holiday. I love playing dreidels. Our neighborhood has a lot of Christmas lights, so we have the big menorah too. It says we have different religions in our neighborhood, but even though we are different, we all still get along. And this is how we turn it on. There's these black things that stick out and you have to press them.
My name is Juliana Oleski, and this talus is my brother's. It was passed down by his great-grandfather, Frank Oleski. Frank, my great-grandpa, traveled to Israel with my great-grandmother Molly in the 1970s, and he purchased this talus to eventually give to my father, who gave it to my brother for his bar mitzvah. I never met my great-grandfather, but I feel the connection to him through the talus, in all the wonderful stories about him that my grandfather and my father have shared with me. The talus represents the different generations of my family and own connection to Judaism and tradition.
Hello, my name is Elon Goldberg, and this is my great-great-grandfather's Austrian golden coin from Lombardy, Venetia, from the Lombardy Venetia Kingdom, and it is from 1854, and, well, it's called Venetia because my great-great-grandfather started in Italy and moved to Greece, and that's part of our family's rich history. And we really enjoy learning about our history, which is why it's quite valuable to us. And this gold chain here, I wear it because if I want to wear this this Austrian coin, then I would have to put on a chain, and also because this was my dad got this for his bar mitzvah, and so that has some Jewish heritage, and it's very valuable because, well, me and my family treasure it for its history.
Hello, my name is Carly, and what I'm wearing is a tallis, and it is about 90 years old. And my great Uncle Seymour was born and lived in New York. He prayed 2 times a day with the tallis on. He loved making Jewish foods, and one of his favorite Jewish foods he loved was gefilte fish. One story that I had was my little grandma when she was a little girl. She used to come to Uncle Seymour, Uncle Seymour's house, and there was a fish swimming in Uncle Seymour's bathtub. And he used that fish in the tub to make gefilte fish. I was named after him, and his Hebrew name was Shimon Hai, and mine is Shimona Haya.
Hi, my name's Alana Santos. My artifact is 2 candle holders from my great-grandmother. My Hebrew name, Johanna, comes from her. These candle holders are from Germany. I don't know how old they are, but they're definitely more than 100 years old. They are important because she did not bring very many things to America, but her family used these candle holders in Germany, and she chose to bring them to the U.S. They were used for Shabbat and holidays and have been passed down through our family for very many generations. We keep these candle holders in a very special place so that we can see them every single day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Samuel Belenke, and I'm a student at Talmud Torah. My artifact is a tefillin. Here's the bag that the tefillin is in. Here's the part that goes over your head, and here's the part that goes around your arm. This is a tefillin that was passed down from my great-grandpa to my great-uncle, to my dad, to my cousin, and now to me. It is important to our family because it's the only artifact that has survived from Belarus. It is important to the Jewish tradition because you wrap it around your head and arm, and you feel more closer to God. And I also have a Siddur and a book in Yiddish. The Siddur, we think, is from the late 1800s, and the book is from 1871. If you can see, it says right there.
This talis is from my great-grandfather, who was born in 1914 in Poland. He left Poland before the Holocaust and started his American life in Minnesota. Judaism was very important to him, and my dad got his talis about 15 years ago when he passed. It is very important to my family, and hopefully gets passed on to another generation.
I'm Michaela Kerman, and I'm named after my grandpa, Michael Kerman, who died 2 months before I was born. Going to synagogue and a lot of Jewish events were a big part of his life. He'd go to synagogue almost every Friday night just to watch the service and be a part of it, which is exactly why I will be talking about his bar mitzvah invitation. Now, in here it says Saturday the 25th of March, 1961. That was his date, and then the side you got some pictures of him. About a year before his bar mitzvah, he moved to the other side of Philadelphia. So when it came time for his bar mitzvah, most of his friends went to the bar mitzvah that was in their area of Philadelphia. So he didn't have a big party or a big service because of that. And he, of course, didn't like that. And that is one of the big reasons that he vowed to never move my dad's family around when they were kids. That way they would never need to pretty much start a new life, make all new friends. They could just like be themselves. So that is my grandpa's bar mitzvah invitation.
Hi, I'm Zach. My artifact, which is a talit, was bought in Israel in the 1960s by my great-grandfather Ben Rosenek. My Papa Ben is my mom's paternal grandfather. My middle name is Dov, which is his Hebrew name. Papa Ben wore the talit to synagogue on special occasions, the high holidays, and for yurt sites. He wore it in a very unique way. He folded it in four and then wore it like a scarf. He did this because it is made from silk, so it is slippery. My grandfather Henry, Papa Ben's son, has very special memories of sitting with his dad in synagogue. When he looks at the talit today, he thinks of his dad, who was a very special person in his life. For my mom's first Aliyah, which only happened about 15 years ago, she wore this talit and has had it ever since. Its connection to Judaism is that it was worn at many special Jewish occasions, and it is also a talit, which signifies the Jewish adulthood of a man or a woman. Bye.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and this is a Passover puppet glove made by my bubby 49 years ago. It was made specifically to teach her students at Adath Talmud Torah and her 3 children, and just young people in general. The characters are Moses, the maid who found him in the river and gave him to Pharaoh's daughter, Yocheved, Moses' mother, and Miriam, Moses' older sister. This glove is very important because it helps educate people and young people in specific about Jewish culture. I also like it a lot because it is very cute.
Hi, I'm Joey DeVeris, and this is my great-great-grandfather's tefillin. This tefillin was made in Russia 1902, and it's been passed down from my great-great-grandfather to my great-grandfather to my grandfather to my dad, and then now me and my sister are the 5th generation DeVeris of this tefillin. This tefillin survived the trip from Russia to Canada, and my sister's learned how to use this in her Torah class, and I can't wait to do it next. Thank you.
My name is AJ. My artifact is candlesticks. The candlesticks currently belong to my bubby Judy and Zadie Joe. The candlesticks are from my family in Russia on my bubby's side of the family. They were made in the early 1800s. That was a long time ago. They were important to our family because at least 4 generations have used them to light the Shabbat candles. My parents will be the 5th generation, and I will be the 6th generation to use the Shabbat candles. It is important so we can light the Shabbat candles and continue the mitzvah of Shabbat. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Meyer Burke, and my artifact is my deceased uncle Dan Burke's Kiddush cup from his bar mitzvah on August 30th, 1986. From Temple Bethel in San Mateo, California. It is roughly 36 years old and is a traditional Kiddush cup. It means a lot to my family as I never had the chance to meet him as he died tragically before I was born. Whenever we celebrate Shabbat or other Jewish holidays, we have this here to remind us of him.
Hi, my name is Lucy, and this is my great-grandma's rolling pin. It's not only my great-grandma's rolling pin, but it was also her grandma's rolling pin, which means it's about 150 years old. It's important to me and my Jewish heritage because of all the foods it's made over the 100 years.
Go.
Hello, my name is Andrew Gottstein. A large shofar. It's big. My grandparents from California brought it back from Israel from our family. It is not an old artifact, but it is our first family shofar. It is important to us because my grandparents brought it back from Israel for our family. We did not realize we would be getting such a large one, and we used to practice blowing the shofar at my grandma and grandpa's house on shofar and on Shabbat, and now we have our own at home.
Hello, my name is Micah. This object that I have here is a needle-pointed Torah. It has heritage because it was made by my great bubby. It will be used for a bouquet of flowers at a Jewish wedding. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ruby Gutman, and my artifact is my Sabba's Haggadah. It was actually his dad's. The Haggadah was made in Vienna, Austria in 1932. My Saba brings it out every year at Passover to remind him of his dad. It is also cool because it was made in Austria before the Holocaust. The Passover holiday celebrates the Jews' story of freedom. The Haggadah is where the story is told.
My name is Marcus Buddha. My artifact is tefillin that belonged to my great-great-great-grandpa Morris Brayman, who was 6 generations before me. A relative passed them on to my uncle Scott Gordon after his grandfather Sam Brayman died. They had belonged to his father, according to the note with them. Morris grew up in either Odessa or Kiev in the Ukraine, which had a big Jewish population. It was controlled by Russia when my family lived there. They left there and came to the United States in the early 1900s because Russian leaders forced them into small areas where they could live and only work in a few places. They couldn't make money, so they chose to come to the U.S. The tefillin are probably more than 140 years old, based on the math we did, because they were with a Machzor dated 1879 and published in Vilna, Lithuania, a center of Jewish life in the area. They are important to my family because they are a piece of history and helped us learn about our family's past. This artifact is important to my family, being Jewish, because they were kept with us, even when it might not have been safe or may have even been dangerous to have them openly practice Judaism. This showed that my great-great-great-grandpa was probably proud to be Jewish, and it was important enough to him they accepted the risk that was associated with owning it. There was a note with the tefillin that said it was passed on through many generations. Even my great-great-grandpa Sam, he didn't really practice Judaism, but kept them, and that is how they got to my uncle who has them now. As you can see, these tefillin are very big compared to the ones now, and they also they look old because they were very well loved in our family. They just cared about them through generations and generations.
Hi, my name is Gabe. My artifact is a Kiddush cup from my parents' wedding. It was a gift from my grandparents to them for their wedding day. It is 15 years old. It is important to me because from what I know, my family does not have any artifacts. This can start a new tradition in my family of treasuring sentimental and Jewish artifacts. As you can see, the stem of the Kiddush cup is designed to look like and represent the tree of life, a meaningful symbol in Judaism, which refers to our Torah. And thank you for letting me share my artifact with you. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Talia, and this is my artifact, a Tanakh, and it was made from Jerusalem, and it's very important because it's been passed down from generation to generation. And here's a close-up look from the Tanakh. This is the front cover, the back cover, see, and the 1,000 pages, and yeah, and there's a lot of pages. There's exactly 1,884. So yeah, thank you.
My name is Asher Rothstein, and my artifact is a Shabbos lamp all the way from Germany. My great-grandparents brought it here during World War II, and use it every day. And basically, it used to be an oil lamp, but my grandma asked the neighbors to turn it into an electric lamp. We used to do it every single week. We used to light it every single week at my grandparents' house. And now that we have it here, we want to light it. We want to light it and use it here.
Hello, my name is Noah. This right here is my artifact, which is a silver tzedakah box, and if you haven't noticed, it says tzedakah right here. This is from my grandparents, and I do not know how old it is. This is important to my family and me because it reminds us how important it is to help people who are less fortunate than we are. That is a Jewish value that's very important to our family. On Hanukkah each year, we have one night that is tzedakah night. We research different charities, and we choose a charity to donate to. Instead of getting presents that night, we make a donation to a charity that's meaningful to us. That is one part of my Jewish identity that's very important to me.
Hello, I am Dylan, and this is my great-grandfather's prayer book from when he was in the military during the war. It's important because it's just awesome that the armed forces gave this to Jews in the armed forces. I think it's cool because I'm really into war history and old World War II, World War I, stuff like that. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Tatum Ittman, and my artifact is a pair of Shabbat candlesticks that belong to my great Uncle Barry and great Auntie Gloria. They got them as a wedding gift from great Uncle Barry's grandmother 55 years ago. The Shabbat candlesticks are important because they were a gift from a special person for a special occasion. Uncle Barry and Auntie Gloria light them almost every Friday night and have for the past 55 years. I had an opportunity to celebrate Shabbat with my great uncle and great aunt while visiting them in Hawaii recently.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We lit were the last time zone to celebrate that Shabbat, connecting us to all the other candles before us that day.
Hello, my name is Afshad, and for my artifact I have a Siddur. It was from my great-great-grandpa Abe. We have 3 things on the front of the Siddur. There's the 10 Commandments, the crown, and the 12 tribes of Israel on the side. On the inside it said Abe got it on April 26, 1966, and for the Hebrew calendar he got it on 6 days ER 5726. His full name is Mr. Abraham H. Abramovitz, and he got it from the Mikro Kodesh Men's Club. He went to a synagogue called Mikro Kodesh, and why it's important to him is because it's like a thank you gift from the Mikro Kodesh Men's Club for doing, like, helping them at Mikro Kodesh. And he doesn't use it as, like, he doesn't read it, he just uses it as a decoration. Why it's important to us is because it's a family heritage, and it will be passed down to me when I get older, because my Hebrew name is Abraham.
Hi, my name is Arishad, and I'm here with my artifact. It's a tali, and it's from my great-grandpa Poppy. My mom and her brothers like to call him Poppy, but his real name was Truman. And inside this bag is his tali and his matching kippah. My grandma bought it for him as a wedding anniversary gift, and it's 69 years old. It says the prayer on it that you're supposed to say before you put it on. It says, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu mitzvotav v'tzivanu, lehitzaseh basitzi. And then after you say the prayer, you put it on. It's important because he used it whenever he went to the synagogue, and it was the only one that he ever used. And it's important to us because he gave it to my mom, passed down to her children, which is us, which is me and my brothers, and then we passed it down to our children for generations and generations. And a talit is what we use to remind us of a mitzvot.
Hello, my name is Noah, and today I'm going to be presenting my great-grandpa's tallis. So, we think it got to America by coming with our great-grandpa from Russia. And it is important to our family because people for generations have been wearing this tallis. And also just in general, it's very important because it reminds us of God and it reminds us of the commandments. So, this right here is a picture of my great-grandpa wearing his tallis.